Hey everybody, NicMakesPlays here, and today I'm going to go over the new Poro deck that is like shocking, I guess, all of ladder. It's really good, and it's potentially a tier 1 deck, if not high tier 2. It focuses on Daring Poro, the one with elusive Poro, and Iceborn Legacy, a card that was newly buffed that made this deck go from like tier 3 straight up to potentially tier 1. I played it a lot on stream and kind of like popularized it somewhat, so let's get into the deck. And before we get into it, if you like Poros, don't forget to like and subscribe. So, here we go. Alright, so the goal of this deck is to pretty much by turn 3 have a Poro, that's either Poro Cannon or just the raw Daring Poro, and Iceborn Legacy. So Iceborn Legacy was changed from slow to burst, which means if you use this card on a Poro, then they can't respond with like Vile Feast, Mystic Shot, or what, Group Shot, whatever, to stop it. So let's read it. Grant an ally and allied copies of it everywhere +2/+2. So yeah, again, normally like you activate this, it's slow, they can respond, kill the unit, and then fizzle the card. Now it's burst, it just happens, and they can't do anything about it. So by turn 3, you have exactly enough mana for the 1-drop, the Poro, plus this. So you just do nothing till turn 3, then play the Poro, play Iceborn Legacy, and then start spamming Poros everywhere. And there's plenty of ways to get this card, as well as other cards. So another important card is Poro Snacks, kind of like a knockoff of the Iceborn Legacy. Grant Poro allies every +1/+1. So there's ways to win without the Iceborn Legacy. And as I said, we have tons of draw to get there. So let's go with the deck real quick. Poro Cannon, this is like one of the best cards in the whole deck. Just gives you 2 of the dang Poros. You can also discard Stress Testing to help dig. So the dream hand is to have like just as many Poros as possible, so like as many Poro Cannons as possible, plus Iceborn Legacy. So you have Daring Poro. Here you have Forge Chief. Forge Chief's pretty good at just like stalling. It's good against aggro. You can just play against aggro, get a good blocker in, and then you refill in spell mana, so you don't really fall behind on mana. I think it's pretty good just to have like the blockers. You don't block the Poros. 3 Stress Testing. You can discard this with Zonnet Urchin, discard it with Poro Cannon to dig extra. If you get it off Station Archivist and then to end your turn, it discards itself. It's fleeting at the end of the turn, and then it draws a card for the next turn for free. 2/3 Sisters, pretty versatile card, can freeze threats. All you have to do is live for 1 turn sometimes, and then kill them with Poros next turn. Or you can, entomb things. You can Fury the North your own Poros, so if they try to, like, Mystic Shot or something, or I guess, like, do a big removal like Thermogenic Beam, you can just give yourself Fury the North, and it's versatile. It helps you with a lot of situations. This helps you dig, also a blocker, discard Stress Testing, a blocker that helps you dig. So you have ways to get to, like, the cards you need, right? 3 of Improvement, this just gives you more copies of Daring Poro, and adds +1/+1 then, so even stronger. Poro Herder is really good in this deck. It was just actually buffed to where you used to have the Beholder Poro. You used to need one in play. Now, the only Poro deck is Daring Poro, so you're able to just like play this, get Daring Poro no matter what, and then the Daring Poro is probably like a 5/5, so it's like it has like a 5/5 elusive in your hand. Really good. Time Trick, help dig for like the Iceborn Legacy, you don't have it. Poro Snacks, we went over. Station Archivist, one of the best cards in the deck. After you do the combo, you kind of just need like refuel, and you can just dig for like another Iceborn Legacy. If you have 2 Iceborn Legacies, you basically just win. Get a Poro Snacks. I mean, you have so many spells in this deck, it's so versatile. Like 3 Sisters or answers things, this card's just insanely good in this deck. 3 Iceborn Legacy, this is the best card in the deck by far. And 2 Augmented Experimenter, pretty cool card in this deck. What you do is it just helps you refuel. Like after you expend your hand of all your Poros and like your buffs, you just play this and kill their guys and then refuel. So let's get into it. Alright, we're playing it's Ari Cannon, the best deck in the game, so let's see what we can do here. So, as usual, you want to always mulligan for Iceborn Legacy plus a Poro. We already have Iceborn Legacy, so we just want to go for a Poro now. That's Poro Cannon or just a Daring Poro itself. So we have the combination, very strong. And here's where to play it out, okay? So turn 1, well, normally turn 1 you just pass. And I think here we still will pass. The reason I was thinking about attacking with Forge Chief, so he refills of spell mana, because on turn 5 you need, on turn 3 you need all your mana, because you have exactly 6 mana, and you just go Daring Poro plus Iceborn Legacy. But the reason I went against it is because this deck runs Go Hard. So if I play this and he Go Hards it, then I just lose out my turn 3 play of the Iceborn Legacy plus the Poro. So right here, what we're about to do, this is like the standard play. You want to do this every time if you can. Turn 3, you have all your mana. And we just Iceborn Legacy. Alright, so we attack, and then we get our 3 damage in, that's good. From here on out, you just want to like get as many Poros as possible. Like, getting more buffs is nice, like Iceborn Legacy, Poro Snacks, but they're only as good as many Poros you have, so you really want to make sure you're getting a ton of Poros. This one Poro can only stay and hold it down for a little bit. So, one pretty quick, easy way to do it is, you know, we have Veteran of Improvement. That's pretty good. So if you attack with everything, you could have Twin Disciplines. I'm not too afraid. This Mark of the Storm will stun this and put it to 1 health. That's fine. Let's see what he does here. I don't want to play any more blockers because he just has quick attack. And I'll just kill all of them.
The forest surrounds us.
Just Ari. No way. Okay. So he wants to reuse Cannon. That's fine. Now, this is the one I think I'm going to block. Because if he uses Twin Disciplines to trade with this Poro, we still have this one. You have to have a Go Hard plus Twin to kill both. And even then, I think that's okay. Because we need to remove this blocker. Like, this blocker can't be here, or we can't put any pressure on. And this one gets a good trade into our 3-1. As well as, like, taking extra damage is not good, because that can pack on a ton of damage with Wayfinder. So we need to make sure we remove as loose blockers as we can. So that's fine. Let's see if he has the Go Hard. He probably does for this Poro. Okay, so he's just gonna mark it again with Cannon. That's fine. Oh, he's Go Hard. Alright, that's fine. Alright. So this next turn we have a few ways to dig. This is part of why this deck's so good. And it's able to just like find Poros in so many ways. So that's one. I'm gonna Urshian stress testing here for all 2, see what we get. Okay, as you guys can see, we got like Poro Herder, we already drew a Poro, we have Poro Snacks now. It's like, there are just tons of ways to get these cards. I definitely play as Poro Snacks this turn. It's a really good card in this deck, so we'll play it.
Everyone here? Let's go.
That's good. That's good. So we'll attack here. See if he wants to block with a Dancing Droplet to put this at 2 health for Mark of the Storm. But the cool thing is, we actually have a Poro Snacks. We have to use it now because it's fleeting. I think now we need one more blocker. Like, he's a ton of pressure here. So we're gonna go ahead and put another blocker. We want this one to block the Wayfinder because it has an effect. When it strikes, we get a mana. This one can chump block the quick attack units. That's really good. Iceborn Legacy.
2 steps into moonlight. This is Tempest.
So this is 2 out of 6. Kennon's almost leveled. If someone's 1 more Kennon, then it levels. That's fine. We're gonna go ahead and get another Poro here. We're gonna use it as our last card, right? Well, maybe we'll use it before we use Time Trick because they kind of have similar roles as like refine new cards. But we definitely use Iceborn Legacy before we activate Augment Experimenter. So Poro Herder's nice here because I can block this and it'll stay alive. Like, it will. These won't kill. It's only 2 attack. So that's really good. Interesting. Palm. Okay. He's just gonna stun the Poro. We'll play another one. He knows we have this. I wonder what that is. He's trying to push as much damage as possible. Maybe he'll swing with everything. Oh, or nothing. Okay, so we drew Poro Cannon. Definitely discard this, right? Kind of just want to swarm the board with Poros and play Iceborn Legacy, and then next turn we'll play Experimenter to refuel. We'll have to overwrite something at this point, though. Let's just override the 2-1 that has no effect. Alright, Iceborn Legacy. We can go ahead and pre-commit it here. On the odd chance, like, when we attack, he just decides to take all of it, then we wouldn't be doing lethal. Now we're presenting lethal, so he has to block us. So he goes to 0. He probably has like a homecoming. He already used a palm. He could have a second palm. Mostly run 1 palm, like 1 or 2. 1, 2, or 0, but 3 homecoming standard for every list, so 3 homecoming. We're probably gonna get homecoming here. Yep. So he puts a Ken in his hand. So he wants to level this Cannon. So what he's probably going to do is use a Ken Champ Spell on this Cannon to get Ken out the field and then replay Cannon so he's leveled. So we're going to play this now. just so we can get like first action augmented damage if we want to, because there's no way we're gonna keep this in our hand. Like all we want now is Poros. So can we use this before we play augmented? We have 9 mana, we can. That's totally fine. We can just pass here. What he's probably gonna do is Lightning Rush, getting Kennen off the field. And then we can, when he replays Kennen, like the leveled one, we can just kill it with augmented. Getting rid of the level Kennen sounds pretty strong. I'm not too afraid of Ahri quite yet. She's still 4 out of 6. She'll be 5 out of 6 after Lightning Rush. But it's okay. That's fine. We could also Entomb that, but I don't think it's worth it. Especially into a deny. Like, at least this one draws us 3. If he plays that, he can't deny anymore. Alright. So we've opted to experiment here, killed the Kennen, he works so hard to level, and refill our hand. Oh, we actually did have mana for a Flash Freeze, but we're not going to use that. It's not worth it. He's going to recall and replay Kennen. Do I want to use Flash Freeze on anything this turn? I don't think so. The reason I'm like so into using Flash Freeze right here is this is the only interaction card really have in the deck. We don't really Mystic Shots or anything, so it just really helps out to be able to stop him where you can. This will level by that recall, so yeah, we'll Flash Freeze. Go ahead and Flash Freeze the Ahri. Make the best use of our cards and our mana. Alright, so any play he had that could like potentially just like pop off are kind of ruined now with just a 1 attack Ahri. Because she was 0 attack and then she levels in 1, which is totally fine.
Immerse yourself in the unknown.
Alright, drew another 3 sisters. Interesting. That's good. It's our last interaction of the deck. Like all we really need to do is just chip and damage right now, so the only cards that matter are like this 1/3 sisters and buffs and Poros.
Remember the plan. I will play my part.
So putting us at the very end will make Ahri die. And then he'll recall his whole field. He has no mana for buffs, so we'll just do this. Yeah. But he can stun this out of combat. So I guess this also would make Ahri die. We could just kind of be safe and just block like this, so no matter like how he wants to stun, Ahri will die. Yeah. Seems pretty good. Okay, yeah, so what happens here, by saying the last one, is that she strikes all these, and then the very last one, Ahri will stay alive, that's fine, but the perk here is either like Ahri will die, or he'll recall all of his blockers, and he just recalls like every blocker he has, so we can just push for insane damage. This allows us to push even with our units that aren't elusive, which is pretty insane. And we have a Fear of the North to back us up next turn, so pretty much good to go. He's probably going to kill, you know, this Poro because there's 2 health. And then Mark the Sword deals 2 damage. That's fine. So we definitely need to open attack to play around Wayfinder. He doesn't concuss a Palm, but Palm shouldn't be enough to keep him alive. So we could probably return here on Shadow Assassin. Draw a card, get an elusive blocker. Okay. That's good. This is interesting. He's actually really close to living. He actually does he actually confirmed live right here? He can go like block, 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 and then palm 1. Only take 2, and we can only push for 3 more. We could develop, but it would just be bad. Because he has Wayfinder, and that can get even more elusive blockers with Dancing Droplet. I guess at least this way he loses Ahri. So this game will probably go another few turns, but I think we're favored right now.
Think you're fast enough? Hello, my prey.
Interesting. Palms that. I think we should go for lethal with Fear of the North if he does this. So he already used a Homecoming. So So we'd have to have another one to stop us. It's on that one, right? Alright. So he blocked like this to keep Ari alive, which I understand. Let's see if he can stop us here. Okay. It's pretty lucky to have that, I guess, just because I was hoping his hand would be dead with like denies and notifies he couldn't use. That's one of the perks of this matchup for the Poros, is that they have a lot of dead cards. Like the denies and notifies they can't use. Alright, so we have our Daring Poro again. We can just go ahead and play it. I think we'll play Forge Chief next to the blocker. And then we're gonna hope we hit with this combo Augment Experimenter or Iceborn Legacy. Or Poro Cannon. Any of those are good. Alright, let's get some blockers on the field. Like, Iceborn Legacy is really huge. That's good. Because it's gonna keep us alive from Mark of the Storm. So we're actually gonna dig forward Time Trick now. To really keep it alive. We didn't hit it, but we did a Poro Cannon. And Poro Cannon will allow us to get a ton of refuel. We have some nifty plays this turn. We can also kill Ari. I don't know if we need to though. I think we just play this and discard whatever we get. Alright, so we're gonna get Stress Testing. Because Stress Testing is just a card we can discard for Poro Cannon and replay Poros. And we're gonna draw an Iceborn. I'm sorry. We're gonna draw an Iceborn Legacy soon, so we should be winning. I mean, Ari Cannon's really good. Like these games, it's very hard to beat this deck. It's the best deck in the game for a reason. But I think we can do it. Interesting. The hard part is like you can just Twin Disciplines this Ari, so we kind of like are forced to block it down, even if we don't want to. If we leave all threes up, we died at double Twin Disciplines, so like we have to at least block one.
We're working here. It doesn't add up. Not on my work site, bub.
Go to 6. We have to block one more. Alright, we'll go to 9. So he gets a ton of Mark of the Storms here. His twin would kill these Poros. He doesn't have Twin Disciplines, that's huge. I guess can't have everything. Alright. If we pass here, this will discard and it'll draw us a free card in our startup, because it's when I'm discard, draw one fleeting, but it's fleeting itself, so yeah, discard itself and we'll draw one next turn. He'll lose all these Mark of the Storms, so we can kind of just chill here and see how he Mark of the Storms. I actually forgot what we had on top of our deck, what we were drawing, but we're gonna do this turn anyway, so let's just see it. Just iterate. Okay, I thought it was an improvement. So you have an improvement here, and I think we're drawing Iceborn Legacy next turn, potentially. Alright. Plays iterative, obviously fleeting before it goes away. We just pass here because if he loses Mark of the Storms, that's good because he can Mark of the Storms plus go hard to kill this. Scattered Pause. Okay, that's fine. So I definitely want to lose Mark of the Storms now. He probably searched to go hard with this. So it's turn 10. That's an elusive blocker now. That's pretty big for him. I guess I can play one of these because there's no punish. There's really no punish. Just play one. Mark of Storm's bad. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and play 2 more. This one's a 7/7, which is good. That potentially pushes lethal. Go hard. Okay. That sets it up for Mark of the Storms kill. So we should draw Iceborn Legacy here. drew Iceborn Legacy. We knew that because it's on Station Archivist. Now what we can do here is we can play Iceborn Legacy, right? And we can go for a swing for lethal. Or we could play Augmented, and then Augmented on Ari so he has one less blocker. But the issue with that is that he could, like, in response, recall Kennen and play Kennen and stun this and kill, or just like stun one of these and get out of the way, and it would even out. Like, we got rid of Lucid blocker and he got rid of Lucid attackers. Or he could have deny. It makes his denies live, he can deny and play a droplet. So it's actually proper to open attack with Iceborn Legacy. Because he already used 2 homecomings and a palm. So you'd have to have a 3rd homecoming or a 2nd palm to beat us. Which it looks like he does. Kind of wild. We're trying our best here. I'm hoping these are just recalls. Okay. So you had 2 palm, 2 homecoming, and a recall. Alright. So, okay. So we fought through a lot here. Certainly by our next attack, he won't have his last homecoming. Because that's the only card left that can stop us.
Everyone here? Let's go.
Okay. Get some other cannon. I mean, I really want to kill Ari with this. But I don't think we'll have that luxury this turn. I guess we can just pass here. And lose that mark. Alright. So here I guess we just kill Droplet. Because it's an elusive blocker. Which is like how he's gonna stay alive this game. We have 15 cards in our deck. He was 21. Okay, he tapped into deny as well, which is nice. Yeah, so Ari's already recalled. She has 4 health. We can't augment that. Okay, if he's thinking, maybe it's recall. Maybe he wasn't thinking, I'm not sure. Alright, so we hit another Poro Cannon. Really good. Our plan now is just to like play a million blockers, block everything, and then kill him next turn. That's the plan. I actually don't remember if we have one more regular Poro in deck. I think maybe, was it this game we had all 3 of our Poros in our hand? I'm not sure. Alright, so we're gonna full block everything, so we don't die to like potential Twin Disciplines shenanigans. Alright, so he gets 5 Mark of the Swords. That's fine, 'cause we're still alive. That's all that matters. Alright. So, I don't even know if we have another Poro in our deck. Let's just play this. Okay, I didn't think we did. It doesn't really matter. We don't really have cards we can even use anymore, like for how much mana we have. But we should win, right? Because as I went over earlier, he used 2 homecoming, 2 palm. The only card left that he can use to beat us is a homecoming. He has to have 1 homecoming, and he needs to also have blockers, which he doesn't seem like he has all these. So I'm gonna do this now in case we draw like Poro snacks. Okay, that's fine. So we didn't, but we can just set up lethal and open attack. Luckies are all pushing like exact lethal. He could go hard to get out of range of bait attack ones, but I don't think he will. Alright. We should win right here. I would be shocked if he could keep stopping us. He did recall the palm. Okay, so he has an elusive blocker in palm. So he can stop 2. He needs to stop 5. He can stop 2 out of 5. So he needs to find a way to stop 3 more. Which I don't think, hopefully, he can do. And we should win. Even playing one go hard would get him out of range of the 8 ones at least. So let's potentially stop 3 then, in theory. But he still stopped 2 more after that. Okay, alright, okay, okay. Alright, we're doing this. Here we go. Here we go. We're going in. We are going in. Alright. 5, 8 plus attack, elusive Poros attacking. You're at 8 health. Here we go. Alright, I think we win. I think he gave up. Alright, just beat the best deck in the game with Poros, baby. Let's go. Nice, dude, nice. Alright, oh my god, that was a baby. Good game. Alright, so we're playing against Spider Aggro. It's actually our worst matchup. Aggro is exactly how you beat this deck. So this will go to show just like how good this deck is against aggro. You need to keep Iceborn Legacy because we need to like kind of fight back the damage. After we take a bunch, we have to like buff all our Poros as much as we can and push back. This is a great blocker against aggro. It's kind of its role. Because it's like an aggro card that doesn't let you lose steam, so it refills spell mana. Time Trick's too expensive. Like costing 2 is something you can't really like afford in aggro. You really need to impact the board. This is an interesting one. Say hi real quick. Zion Urchin, because like it helps you dig and it's a blocker. We do need a Poro. I guess I'm down to keep it because we want blockers. Now the scary part is we can't really block the fearsome units, so I'm kind of just hoping he draws like regular units, like just like rear guard, saboteur, stuff like that. So we'll see what happens. Okay, touch his pet. I wonder if he'll block here. He probably shouldn't. Okay, yeah, definitely let's get that fearsome damage in. That's nice though, because we get 2 hits off this now. So we have the combo. We have Daring Poro plus Iceborn Legacy. The scary part should be making it there. We're playing against aggro, so I'm going to change the plan up a bit and play Poro Herd as a blocker. Usually you want to be playing Daring Poro and Iceborn Legacy on 3 like every time. But it's a bit different here because we got to stay alive a little bit.
You've gone and spooked them.
You dare!
Alright, so we also have some interesting plays to beat the fearsome units. Like what we can do here. Oh my god, do 3 Iceborn Legacies. Any other matchup, this would be like the best hand ever. So they don't have any removal, right? They don't even run Unspeakable Horror, they used to. They don't run Vile Feast or anything. So we can just play this and we know it won't die. But what we can actually do here is play 2. This will leave us exactly enough mana, or actually it leaves 1 extra mana above Iceborn Legacy. So we can just put Iceborn Legacy these and then block like these 2 units we previously couldn't. Stack with these 2. So we have what? We're going to 4 plus 2. I guess we could actually just play 1 more blocker here. Do we need 1 more blocker? We can go like block, 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 block. Yeah, I guess we need 1 more blocker. We can just go Iceborn Legacy because we obviously don't need 3 Iceborn Legacies. I mean, that is like the most crazy thing. If we were playing aggro, this is gonna be a much more fast-paced match. But 2 is still really good. Like we can really put in pressure and damage with 2. This is looking good. I like this. We're gonna Iceborn Legacy his turn no matter what. Now will he develop or open attack is what he's thinking about here. I wonder if he's thinking about like Station Archivist, like he plays a unit, I can play Station Archivist. Only attacking with those 2, interesting. I think he's gonna attack with this one too, like why wouldn't you? This one I can get holding back a little bit, I guess. But I think this one we'd want to attack with, can't block. So we'll block here because it'll live. Iceborn Legacy. So the only thing I'm really afraid of here is Brother Spawn. Like if he has Brother Spawn, I can kill both of these, which is really annoying. But we can't afford to not block versus aggro. They can always race us down first. They have like burn spell finishers. So okay, GG. There we go. Interesting. We're playing versus Ash LeBlanc, one of the decks that was like really buffed this new expansion. We're gonna mulligan. We're gonna mulligan for Poro Cannon and Iceborn Legacy. You always want to mulligan for Poro Cannon and Iceborn Legacy in this deck. Those are pretty much what you always have by turn 3. Like Poro Stacks is good, but it's just fair, you know. We want the broken, like the Iceborn Legacy. It's why it's extra strong. Just Poro snacking makes it a very like average deck. This is actually good. I like keeping this here, like even if I had my mulligan with Poro Cannon, because unless you dig an extra card, compared to just regularly mulliging it away, it'll put stress testing back in a deck. So you actually have one less card to dig through. But if you keep the stress testing, it'll give you the stress testing out of your deck, which will give you higher odds of hitting the Poro, the Iceborn Legacy, and then you'll also be able to draw one extra card. So it's just one card thinner to not mulligan in it, and to just use it with Poro. Alright, use stress testing here, try to hit Iceborn Legacy. Interesting. I guess we can just use this now instead then. We can go ahead and use it to dig. We definitely keep all of our Poros. This is good refuel for later, but we already have Station Archivist, and that card also is good refuel for later. Nice. Alright, so we should be in a really good spot here. If he passes, we should definitely pass. Because I just don't want him to, like, kill any of these. Maybe he's holding, like, a Trifarian Glory Seeker, waiting for us to play our Poro. Alright. Go ahead and play our Poro here. We have, like, tons of Poros, so it should be a good amount of damage upcoming next few turns.
I will unite the Freljord.
Alright, and the Poro. Alright. So we'll attack for 6 here. Not too much you can do. Like, Reckoning could be good in the next turn, but I can play around it a bit, depending on how I order my cards. And then, if we have enough mana, we can actually, like, Entomb when he tries to Reckoning, get rid of his 5 attacking unit, and then Reckoning will just fizzle. Or we could, alternatively, we can Fury the North one of our Poros and make it above 5 attack. So there's a few ways around Reckoning. That's good. So we tapped on our Reckonings, so I'm just going to go ahead and play another Poro. One cool thing here is if he tries to like Culling Strike something, then we can just Poro Snacks and go out of range of the Culling Strike. Alright, it's thinking pretty hard. Icefell Archer on that. He figures we're gonna block with it. That's fine. We'll block with the 0 attack here just to save health. Alright, that was pretty good. So we'll just kind of race him down, you know? Like, we'll take 8, but he's gonna take way more than 8. And he's already down to 14. We're at 20 currently. Alright. No reason to play around Culling Strike anymore, because he can just Culling Strike the Frozen one if he wants to. We have to be somewhat careful of Reckoning. Reckoning costs 6. So to play this and then to play Entomb wouldn't really do anything now that he has these two. So I guess it's best just to Poro Snacks here and then open attack. Because even if he freezes to stay alive, then we'll just stay alive one more turn by freezing his things, and then we'll kill him with the next attack token. Okay. This is kind of scary though. This level's way faster. Levels on 4 used to be 5. So he already gets a Crystal Arrow? Already gets a Crystal Arrow. That's pretty huge. That's pretty huge. We could honestly, like, improvement on Icefell Archer. So he's forced to open attack, or we could just freeze his Ash. That's interesting. I guess we don't want them to know that we can do that, so we'll kind of just chill. Chill for now. No pun intended. But as you can see, this deck is like pretty straightforward. You just like get it, Iceborn Legacy, put on a Poro, and just spam a bunch of Poros, and then watch our Nexus delete to 0 by elusives. It's a really good deck, and it's really easy and like user friendly, so you can rank up. I've heard people like when this deck came out and I like posted it online, people were like going like 20-1 with it to Masters and stuff like that. So if you want to rank up, this is the deck for you before whenever they change it. Okay, so this Frostbite's one enemy, then the rest are 3 or less health, and these are all above 3 health now, so only that gets frozen. It's huge. So Reckoning is maybe what he's trying to do here, considering that it freezes it kills everything with 4 less attack, which is all these now. Do I have enough mana? I do. Okay, I have enough mana to do this. I can put it on like LeBlanc. And then if he tries to Reckoning, I can 3 Sisters for Flash Freeze, use it on this, and then he'll have no unit that's 5 or more attack, and then all my units will stay alive to Reckoning, and Reckoning will fizzle. So that's my plan for Reckoning. The other way around this is if he has Trifarian Glory Seeker. Because that has enough mana for Trifarian Glory Seeker plus Reckoning, and then I can't stop all the units that have 5 attack. But we'll see. Yeah, I really gotta respect Reckoning here. That's kind of the card I'm afraid of, but we have answers for it, so I'm not afraid of it anymore. I'm not sure what he's gonna do. Okay, so he could start Reckoning. I don't think he's going to. If I play this, we still have enough mana for the Flash Freeze, so I'm just gonna go ahead and play this, so I don't have to block with my my Poros. All right. What are he thinking about now? This should be a win, like that, based on how it's looking now. We can probably keep all of our Poros. Like Calling Strike would be the only way we would lose one. And we have to draw an extra card. We can take this damage, it's not a big deal, because as long as we stay alive, he has no reach. We can just kill him next turn. The only card I can deal damage with is the LeBlanc's Champ Spell, deal 2 to anything, which go to our Nexus. If we stay above 2, we win, or stay above 4 in case he has 2 of those, which is pretty unlikely, but you never know. Okay. So like we'll block with 1 Poro, I suppose. On the Ash. Oh jeez, okay. So we'll still block with 1 Poro on the Ash.
Show me a target.
Alright. That buff was crazy. Alright, so we go to 5. That's totally fine. We can just go to 5. Okay, keeps Ash alive, no big deal. That's kind of good, because if he draws Ash's spell, he has another freeze, but we have Fury of the North in our hand via 3 Sisters, so we can kill through a few things. He only has 3 cards left to work with, and we get to draw a card. So we'll see what happens. Urchin, that's a dead card to draw. I don't want to develop into Icefall Archer, but at the same time, he already used 2 Icefall Archers. I definitely don't want to develop into Reckoning. Well, we could actually just draw more Poro. Like, if we play this, we can just get a Poro Cannon. And that's huge, yeah. So we get Poro Cannon.
Something on that case.
Maybe even Iceborn Legacy was good. Either one. It's really insane. So we should just win here for sure.
Only the finest.
He draws a lot, but only has 4 mana now. So we're not afraid of Reckoning. We can just go ahead and play all of our Poros. Have Iceborn Legacy. All of our Poros. This will become 6/6s then. This would be a 7/7. Yep, GG. Alright, as you guys can see, Poros are insane right now in Legends of Runeterra. This deck can clearly compete with the top dogs and all the best decks of the season, so don't forget to like and subscribe. In the comments below what you think about the deck. And I had a ton more deck guides coming out, so hope you guys are excited. Catch you guys later. Peace.